Ein lach zoy benoya Hashem kol yemei chaya ulevavake. Now everybody together. Kol yemei chaya nochamoy shivti bebeis Hashem. Good Voch, Gary. Lili Nishmas, Imi Mirotzi, Rusmas Mordechai. It's going to be a beautiful Motzi Shabbos. A good Voch, Rabboisai. Wow, a lot of unbelievable stuff. First of all, very Gishmak Sugi today. But I got to start off with the biggest news ever. Rabboisai, this is not easy. This right over here is unbelievable. To give you a glimpse of what it looks inside, first of all, you have the Nekudas from Oiz V'Hodar, mamish like my Gemara that I learned from. It has Nekudas right over here. Then it has a beautiful Pirush. And then every daf has a QR code. We could go right in because we're a visual shir. So right into the charts, right into the shiurim. In the front over here, you're not going to believe this. I just got it literally 3 minutes before I came here, so I had a chance. But I love this page right over here. A lot of guys. I don't know. I'm sure we're missing some, but it starts with Ariel Liba, and it keeps on going. Guess who's in here? Shapsi Cohen is one of the people that works for MDY. Yes. Benny Rudnick is right over here. Rebleibi David. It's like some names over here. All right. Some of the dapim here are actually, this daf is dedicated to Lili Nishmas or Beliyot Tziyim Ben Shalamis. It's like you could put a dedication on the bottom. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's our Gemara. It's MDY Gemara. Now, I will say, this is Horius. It's only 13 daf, and it's kind of thick. But the next Masechta, we're going to go much more concise, much more. Show everybody your cufflinks. I told you this story. I was in Chabad in Surfside, and I thought I saw the cuff. I could not. So I said, "Nah, after davening, he comes over to me and he says, "I wore these cufflinks." The Chazan, yeah, Surfside. The other was holding. Anyways, so that's our Gemara. It's available for sale, and over 400 people signed up already for the Masechta, so it's going beautifully. Baruch Hashem. You want to check it out? Put it out.
See if the emails are in.
So once again, Fishel put together this time, instead of doing the 3D, he learned from us. He went with one of the guys that sends us in, AM, Miller. So it's a very long one. I'm not going to show the whole thing. I'll show a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow. It's about 4 minutes long. Rabbi Isai. There's volume, I believe. Oh.
The clock is ticking, the new Masechta calls. Last one's finished, a new chapter for us all. It's short, it's deep, it's coming your way. Wednesday, September 3rd, the 10th day of Elul. Masechta Warriors! Let's do this! The summer is winding down, Elul's in the air. The time for to shoot.
Our Gemara.
A new Masechta's waiting, short and so sweet. Just 13 black muffins, it can't be real. Starting on that face, let's sprint to the line. Join the MDY family, the feeling's divine. Set your alarm clock, get ready for the call. A brand new beginning, one and all.
He goes right through the wall over there.
He bursts on the screen with
That's also AI. Don't go with it. My knee is straight in that one. All right, the rest will be shown. You want to go weiter? There's 2 more minutes of that explains Harius the tomorrow. Baruch Cohen, attorney Ari Friedman, learning the Daf Yomi at the CAA Lawyers Conference at the Wynn Hotel in Las Vegas. Photo by civil trial attorney Baruch Cohen. The one and only. Meeting Reparetz Chaim Yerushalayim at presenting your belly with the present. Moses Zach. Moish, he goes by Moish. A new one. MDY Yomi, license plate in Lakewood. MDY Shabbaton sponsors. Adar Global Specialist in International Financial Services, Anonymous, Rav Shlomo Leonatan Eitan, Ben Masheva Brocha, Yosef Chaim Ben Dvar Chaim Golda, he's here with us today, Yonatan Eitan, Refuah Shleima. Masechta sponsor David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Moirib, Shmuel Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doiv, Zechrono Levracha, Masechta sponsor Anonymous. We're still looking for sponsors for the Shabbos. It's a tremendous chus. I'm telling you, I don't know if I spoke to some people that are involved in MDY. I said, you're not coming to the Shabbaton. Right now, it's kind of late, so I don't want to. But the Oilem should start, if you can, maybe come to the one in America next year. But just understand what it means. It's not like going to a hotel and you eat some kugel and weiter. It's such a high, such a ruchni's high. You walk away like, no. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. Bam, it's unbelievable. People that were there last year, they're like dying to go back. Plus, somebody, Mendy told me today, I'm getting my wife to come. I can't believe she didn't come last year. And this year she's going. I said she's coming to the. Of course she's coming to the one here in Eretz Israel. I was like, I'm bringing it to her. It's just that kind of feeling. It's like you can't. How do you not go there? It's unbelievable. It's a tremendous lift in Gashmis, Ruchnis, Chavershaft, Mishpacha, the whole thing. Joel Gedalius, Lili Nishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius. Multi-sponsored TCS Israel, powered by Talk and Save. The reason I didn't talk it up is because we didn't have a lot of rooms. And we were scared we sold out kind of in 2 days. Bez Hashem, next year when we get a giant hotel with 400 or 500 rooms, then we'll talk about it. Anonymous, Refuah Shleima, Sarah Bat Mot Haram, and Shira Bat Sarah. Weekly sponsors, Anonymous. The whole Klal Yisrael should have a good Geben Shior, Anonymous, as a chus for continued success in Parnasa, and to be able to support Torah and those in need. Sruli Bernstein, Lili Nishmas, from Lake Lak, I remember this is every year the same thing. Ben Meir Alevi, I think he told me how to say it last time. Lili Nishmas Avram Lak, maybe. Lake Lak Ben Meir Alevi. Shlomi Markstein, Lekovitz Sruli Bernstein. I'm going to say a story over by Reb Sruli Bornstein. Shlomi Markstein, Zeich Nishmas Avi Moirasi Esther Chana Bas Reb Chanan Yomtiv Yortzeit. 45 years ago, Vavalul, Shirin Koil, Anonymous, save return of all the hostages, Refuah Shleima, L'chol Choyle Am Yisrael. MDY Art, monthly, Refuah Shleima, for Yehonatan, Eitan, Ben Bashav Bracha, second one today, Refuah Shleima, Mordechai Ben Esther, Refuah Sayela, Daniel Zev, Ben Ayel Esther, a boy say amazing daf today. We're holding by Daf Ayin Beis on the bottom. And we have here, I forgot to bring to show the email. As far as sent me a picture of Rav Haas learning on the plane, catching up. All of them are the reader of Nachman. Knishkanin. This is Knishkanin. It's basically, I think it's something like straw. It is straws, but something like this. Check this out. Here. They're about to drink together. The Jew and the Goy. Mamish like Mitzrayim. But check what happens when the Goy leaves first. So the stuff in his straw goes downwards, back into the vessel, into the jug, and what happens? It becomes Yain Esach. Shari, the Gemara says you're allowed to drink. Why do we drink like that? I have no idea. It reminds me of hookahs. I've seen people do with hookahs. Okay, it's only when the Jew stops first. But if the guy finishes first, we have a major problem of Yain Esach. So the Rishgalos allowed to drink like this. On top. Ikadamri, Rabbi Ravuna, Gufei, Ishtei, Biknishkonin, he himself drank like that with a goy. Taisa says, I don't like that pshat. It makes zero sense that a Chosheva Amoira would drink with a goy. And what happens if the goy stops first? How do you know? All of a sudden it goes back in and now you're drinking yain esel. Therefore, Taisa says, it just means you're allowed to drink from this and it's not a big deal. We have a problem with the Beis HaMikdash being charav, and okay, it's not such a soilulus to do it like that. Right, I want to remind the Olam that we're starting Masechtas Horiyos, or any way you want to pronounce it, this Wednesday for English, Tuesday in Hebrew. I think it's time to pull out your phones and put a status. I'm telling you, the status is working. You have no idea. Even if you put 10 statuses, the 11th will get the guy in. A lot of times people see it and they see it, and then finally they break. And my wife, she read the article in the Ami magazine, and she comes over and she goes, wow, there's a Masechta with only 13 daf. Wow, it's amazing. So if she was excited, I'm sure there's other people that... I thought, nobody, who cares? It's not like an accomplishment. It's only 13. No, there are people out there that they never made a seam in their life. Or somebody came over to me today, agreement. He says, I never learned Torah, but I'm going to learn it well so that anytime I need to eat a geschmack steak during the 9 days, what he doesn't realize is it's 13 daf, but they're equal to 60 because each one is like, it's like, that guy that did dapim? That's what it is. It's easy, but it's just long, a lot of words. Okay, weiter. What did I just say? Rabbi said, no, you have no idea what I just said. What did I say? Repeat what I said right now. Status. You see, I knew you had no idea. Rabbi say statuses. Yeah, what do you want to say?
How is it that they're drinking together and they're not worried about costumes?
You're talking learning now. We're talking, this is not a shir. Oh, it is. Sorry. Whoa. Okay, I got confused. What? What's your question?
Why are they drinking together and they're not worried about costumes? Like they drink wine together and doctor.
So the guy can't drink, and we had a few times they drink together. We had a story, they drink together. He walked out to shul, came back. You shouldn't go to his house and drink. In his own house. Okay. Otherwise, I want to tell you a Mordecai Mice is going around from Reb Sruli Bornstein. Reb Sruli Bornstein said, "Mordecai Mice, Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?"
Nussi Deitch.
Nussi Deitch. From?
Monsey,
New York. Valdik. Says Reb Sruli Bornstein that he himself was at a simcha, like one of these weekend simchas, I guess. And a guy, the Baal Simcha himself, brought a 9-liter Napa Valley Reserve, 2010. He says, go look it up. Thousands of dollars. A 9-liter, like, I don't think I've seen 9-liter bottles. In Austria, we saw these 9-liter bottles. I never saw at a simcha 9-liter bottle. It was in the kitchen somewhere. And one of the people in the kitchen, a Jew, opened up the bottle. And the mashgiach noticed that this guy that opened up the bottle beforehand was smoking a cigarette on Shabbos. So mashgiach takes the bottle of wine and pours it down the drain. Pours the whole thing down the drain. So he continues the story. He says that he was there. He saw the whole thing. The Baal Simcha goes over to the guy that opened it, the Jew. He says, listen, this is what happened. You should know I have no kpeda on you whatsoever. Nothing. But I want you to do me one favor. Just like I have no kpeda on you, the day will come when somebody will do something by mistake to you. Pay forward. Make sure that you're moichel that guy also. Okay. A couple of years went by, and the Baal Simcha bumps into this guy, and the guy tells him, I want to tell you something. Because of how you acted and you're so calm about it and you're so forgiving, that Shabbos was the last time I was Michal Shabbos. Where did the Gemara say? So when I saw the story, I saw Reb Sruli saying it, a few people sent it to me. So I said to myself, he was probably the Baal Simcha himself. He was the guy that did it. He just didn't want to take the credit. But then I had a few kashas. First of all, he says in the story, the Baal Simcha was such a mensch. So I don't think he'd be talking about himself like that unless he wanted to throw everybody off. The other kasha I had a harder kasha. Rabbi said, based on everything we learned, I don't know, I have to go ask a Rav, I have to ask some people, but based on everything we learned, when you open up a bottle, that doesn't make it yain nesach. When you pour, whatever you pour out of the bottle, That's a problem. What's left in the bottle, we said before, it's not a problem. So the issue here is the mashgiach. The mashgiach did something wrong. Not the guy that opened it. Why?
Nervin.
Maybe said to them.
Maybe said to the mashgiach, but that's not what Rishuli said. The guy, he came back to him and said, I wasn't Machal Shabbos anymore. So in other words, he only said to the guy, Akasha for Maisa, they say. I don't know. I made a bracha on this, yeah? Okay, there's another kasha. Oh, noch a kasha of the Maisa. Huh?
If somebody sees somebody smoking Shabbos,
Yeah.
that's not necessarily Machal Shabbos.
Right, it's not before it has to. Okay, fine. Okay. A lot of kashas on this. Fine. Zok the Mishnah. The real kasha, the real shaila I had over here is how much does the bottle really cost? That's what I wanted to know.
We know,
Yeah,
2010 is probably vinegar already.
Exactly. How many of those bottles did we open and it was like, yeah. That's why he threw it out. He blamed it on the guy from Chal Shabbos. I hear. That's the shot of the story. The guy, they both drank it. They said it's terrible. So they blamed it on the guy, Nebuch. Okay.
Could we start
I
having
hear.
2011?
It's true. Zok the Eli Mishnah. Yain esach asur, voiz v'chol shu. We all know this halacha. No big chidushim here. Yain esach. Here. What?
He thinks you're hinting you want someone to bring a bottle for the Shabbaton.
It's a Napa. The Israelis won't appreciate it. Bring the King David one here. Get a 9-liter like this, Rabbi Yisai, for the Shabbaton. They will love it. Why? Is it Yain Ta'im? Why?
Pay time in 1 hour exactly.
Yain, what?
Pay time in 1 hour exactly.
What's pay time?
The Israelis are going to be here.
Oh, wait, we have it. Oh, okay.
Right there.
Yain esach also voice v'chol shu. Check this out. This is mamish, like Yoshi's brother who used to work in that wine factory. We're not going to say any names. And he saw a guy climbing up the ladder to clean one of these massive vats, thousands of gallons of wine. Who knows how much something like that is worth? If you put in one little drop in there, boom, it's done, over, usher. Turned out the guy thought he was cleaning it. He thought he was cleaning an empty vat and it was full of wine. The guy screams, "Hey, Yoshi's brother, stop, get down, whatever." Okay. Yain biyain. What's yain biyain? Min b'minoi. We know min b'minoi asers, but how much? Mashu. Umayim b'mayim, which is also min b'minoi. By the way, there's something called yain mayim nesech. There's such a thing. You could take a bottle of water and pour it in front of Avodah Zarah. Mayim nesach. So if you have bad water and good water, but kolshu, asim kolshu. Yayin b'mayim, that's the ratio. Umayim b'yayin, that's the seifa. I'm just pointing it out here because we're going to say ratio and seifa later. Yayin b'mayim, wine and water, which is min b'sheinu minoi. Umayim b'yayin, which is min b'sheinu min. B'nois and tam, we know when it's two different minim, it's b'nois and tam. How much is that in? A 60, 1 in 60. I saw this a few times and I'll say it. So the Chassidish Sefer writes somewhere. Batal b'shisha means that your taivas basically go away when you're 60 years old. Besides the taiva for money. And I also want to say the taiva for kavod. Yeah. But it's batal b'shisha, and things start going, taivas go down. Zaklal. Now, anytime a Mishnah says Zaklal, every single time it comes to say something, comes to include something new that we didn't know about. Min b'minoi b'mashu. We already said this in the Mishnah, but comes to include a new thing. If it's the same min, it ruins it even in a tiny little drop. B'shaloi b'minoi. But if it's one min and another min, b'nois and tam, 1 in 60. Ki also Rav Dimi Omer Rabbi Yochanan. We're going to see a bunch of Talmidim from Rabbi Yochanan. Each one adds on top of the other one. Rashi says we don't pass him like this one in particular. Kiyos Rav Dimi here, start taking this apart. Here, help me out over here. Fill these up. You know how to do it.
It's talking about yain mazuk that's already watered down, or it's not watered down?
I don't know. Kiyos Rav Dimi Omer Rabbi Yochanan. Hameore yain nesech mechavis lebar. When a person pours wine that's nesech, from fill it up more, because I gotta fill these up a little bit. More. Yeah, it's good. Okay, enough. Okay.
We need to save something for the Shabbaton. Oh, no,
Chef.
I'm watching this one. I purposely didn't ask him to do it because I don't want in case something like that happens. Shouldn't have a busha. You have no busha. Okay. Check this out. I'm going like this. Now, the truth is, this is red. This is yain nesach. And I'm going to pour it into right over here. This is kosher wine, green. So look at this. You see this drop? What just happened? One little drop went into a giant vat. That one little drop became bottle in the vat because it's nothing. It's just a little drop. So then I put another drop, and the same thing happened. In fact, the drop that went in before became kosher wine, became bottle. And I keep on doing this, so I could do this the whole day, and I could even put in more wine eventually than was originally in that vat. So you're asking me, it's min b'minoi, it's not bottle. No, we don't hold like that. He doesn't hold like that. Okay? There's no min b'minoi. And each drop, we don't pass it like this. Rashi says we don't pass it like that. But this is what he says. Each drop that goes in becomes bottle as it goes in. What is the Rishon? Every drop that goes in, bottle. Nan. What do we do with our Mishnah? Our Mishnah says that a little drop like this goes in, boom, makes the whole thing osur. That's what it says in our Mishnah. It's this case, no? The bad, the red, into the green. The osur into the mutter. Says the Gemara, Loi, the konofel l'teira. Oh, we need a. I can't. Oh, this is not good. I don't.
Slow.
First of all, let me unlodge it. Okay.
It's not ever going to become a chose over the air.
Rabbi, how many questions did you ask already today? First, Aryeh, you taught everybody the puns. Then you taught them about the kashas. I don't know. Okay, fine. We got a little bit in here. Says the Gemara, no. It's from the kosher into the asur. So take a look what happens. When I do one drip from kosher into asur, what happened to my drip? It went into the asur, became asur. The asur made a bottle. That's what it says over here. Fine. But wait a minute, it's not even that. Loi, the konofel l'teira l'goy yisura. But what's really happening is not so much. It's a little tiny drop of bad wine on the bottom, and that drop grabs the kosher drop, and it becomes asur right away. Tashma, yayin b'mayim b'noisen tam. Two different meaning. You have wine into water. Oh. You have some water here. Let's see if we're going to need this. Let's see. Here, let's get rid of this for a second. We have kosher water, kosher. We have treif wine, and it goes in here. Boom. But nice and tam. I don't know how much that is. This doesn't look nice and tam at all. It disappeared in there. Oh, because it's probably watered down to begin with, or whatever. My love, the konofel chamra d'isur. By the way, I have a picture of it here. You could tell this is real. You could tell in Eretz Yisrael if they add water to grape juice. You know how you could tell? Take a look. Here we go. If on the bottle, look at this bottle, it says mitzanavim tirosh, and it says over here sukar b'kamut gavoa, it has sugar in a high amount. That means that they added water because there's a lot of sugar in grape juice, but it's natural. Once you add water, then they make you put this sticker on. Kacha shamati. What? This doesn't say mitzanavim. This says tiroch. This one says mitzanavim. Mitzanavim, huh? Really? So why does it say sugar on it?
Wrong. This is the wrong.
Yeah?
In the back.
Only tirosh? Here's tirosh. Here we
So
go.
that's
Okay, so why does it say over here? It's a mistake? Okay, I wonder, I hope they don't sue me. Zuk da Eli Gemara.
It says 100% psivim, it has water.
Toshma yayim ma'im nesin tam. May lav the konofel chamre di sur lemay de teiro loy. The konofel chamre de teiro lemay di suro. So it's like this. It's the opposite of what we thought. Bad water, nesach water, kosher wine, like this. The opposite of what we said. Says Gemara Midrasha b'may di suro seifanam b'may di suro. Oh, remember I told you to remember Reish and Seif here. This is Reish and Seif. It's the shortest Reish and Seif in the world. It's 4 words, the whole Reish and Seifa. Yain b'mayim, mayim b'yain. Okay, it's a little confusing, but wine in water, water in wine. So, since you already established from the Reish b'may di suro, right? We said it's bad water. We said it's bad water, good wine, and bad water. We just said that, right? Bad water here. Let me move it to the side so that the bad water. So when it says that the water fell into the wine, that must mean that the water is bad. Oh, here I have bad water. It actually came from Erev Shabbos. This is bad. You see, it's red and it's water. So we're going to have bad water in good wine, like this. Over the ratio, my these sources have never made this surah. Look, check this out. When I go like this, it's benois and tam. Why? Rishon bottle. Over here, it's kosher wine and bad water. So every drop, according to you, what you just told me originally, with the Rav Dimi said, every drop of wine that goes into another wine becomes bottle. So here, every drop of water, as it drips into my kosher wine, should become bottle. Why do we say? Oh, this is confusing on the screen. Too many things going on here. On this side, we're only over here. Kosher wine and bad water. As I drip the bad water into the kosher wine, it should become bottle. Each drip should become bottle. No, this is wrong. This red is wrong. Everything in the Reish and the Seifa is good going into bad. Okay, so we need bad water. Bad water and good wine. Let me get it. I'm looking at the screen.
Just do all 4 next to each other, maybe.
Hold on. We'll just bring them back if we need them. This is the ratio right over here. This. Okay, what's the seifa? Seifa genofa ma'ide teiro lechamad isura. No good. Rations. And now I need chamad teiro. No. Ma'ide teiro. Sorry. Ma'ide teiro. This is ma'ide teiro. Kosher water. You see the 2 koshers go into 2 bads. One is wine and one is water. Boom. That's the Reish and the Seifa. Okay? Shalom Yisrael. Put it back. Okay. Yeah? Maybe I'll do this way so you can see it on the screen. Givaldik. Green into red. It's always green into red. That's how the Gemara says. Okay. So that's Rav Dimi. Another Talmud of Rav Yechon says no. Here we go. Here's a guy pouring wine into, but it's a small little vessel, into a giant pit. That's basically what Rav Dimi said before. Since it's a small amount going in, as it goes into the giant pit, even though it's the Yain Nesach flowing into the pit is mevatel one by one. Says Rav Yitzchok, v'dav kitzar to katan, the loy novesh amudei, or maybe the Gemara is explaining. Avachaves the novesh amudei loy. Check this out. If you do the whole thing, dafka this way. But if you come with a giant barrel and it's a much larger flow, that is not batal. That's too much to become batal in one shot. Another Talmud says in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, V'nafal, the bar is what? Good wine. And the yain ezach falls into the pit. V'nafal sham kitun shel mayim. Oh, royin. Royin, here we go. This is a beautiful halacha called royin. Royin es haheter kilu einoi. V'hashar mayim rovim alav u'mevatlan oisai. Check this out. It's a beautiful halacha. Look at this. Let's say, let's take this water. It's better. This water and this wine. Okay. Check this out. Let's say we have these two pits of wine. There's a lot of wine. You see this water right over here? This water cannot be mevatalit. It's not enough water. How is this small amount of water going to mevatalit? You know what we're going to do? We're going to pretend that this kosher stuff is gone. Why? It's kosher. Doesn't bother me. So now it's this water against this wine. Now pretend it's not that much wine. We'll pour some of it. Right? Yeah. Yeah. Let's say it's a little bit of wine and a lot of bit of water. Now it can be mevatalit. If I have the two of them together, then it's too much wine for the water to be mevatalit. It's too much. We're going to pretend, royin. Royin means I see it differently. Halachically, I'm going to knock off the kosher wine. Why? Because it's kosher. It's not hurting me. So I'm not going to allow it to join forces with the bad guy. It's kosher wine. It's not bad wine. It's good wine. So kosher wine on the side. Now, check this out. I have a lot of water. A lot of water is going to be vatal, the small amount of the yain ezach. That's called royin. Get it? As if. Royin. Here. Check what Yoshi did. You have the heter wine. You have water. And then you have the isser. And again, the isser, the Gemara is going to say, came in afterwards. So we're going to get rid of royin. You get rid of the bottom, and all you have is the top isser and the water, and it's givaldik. Shar mayim muravim alav umevatlan oisai. So this was Rabbi Yedidia's idea. That you have a kid, you have a guy that has a whole giant vat of kosher wine. You have a guy over there with a small amount of yain ezach in his hand, right? He just drank from it. He came into the store. He's visiting. He's allowed to drink. He's allowed to serve him wine. So he tasted. He does the tasting. Over here in the show they have tasting. In America, I'm sure they also do. I know people that just go for the tastings. I'm not kidding. The kid has a bunch of water. And without permission, he pours it in. It looks like the father is watching. Okay, that's not.
Don't mix water with the wine.
I don't know what the kid did. The kid's like, 1 second. And then when the guy, by mistake or without knowing, poured the non-kosher wine into the barrel, so the father is hugging the son. Why? Because he saved the kosher wine. By doing something naughty, by pouring in the water, he actually saved the wine. What? Yeah, the water is much more. You saw it's a large cup of water, and he had a small amount of whatever's left in the cup. So Mela, the water in the chavis, what happened? Kosher wine, kosher water, bad wine. The kosher water, we pretend the barrel, the whole barrel is gone, royin. There's no barrel of wine. What is left in the barrel? A whole cup of water that the kid poured in. Then you have a tiny amount of wine that the yain ezach that poured in afterwards, that becomes bottle to the water. Geschmack. tell you the Mordecai Maisa that says in the Medrash. Maisa Shaya. A bunch of friends were on a camping trip, and they stopped to sleep in some like chorva house. And in the middle of the night, a dog came and relieved himself on one of the people sleeping. The guy gets up, and he was furious. He started beating up the dog. The dog ran away. He chased the dog, throwing things at him. And all of a sudden, he hears like a lot of noise. And he turns around. The whole churva crashed in and killed all his friends. So he realized that the bad, what he thought was bad, that the dog relieved himself on him, actually saved his life. And then he took care of the dog, and he gave him a lot of food and pet him a lot. Huh? No, sometimes your kid is being mischievous and he poured the thing. He saved you. He actually saved you. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Everybody say it's not funny. It's not funny. My mother say it's not funny. Okay. Let's see it inside. We pretend that the kosher is gone. The whole barrel of kosher wine is gone. What's left? A bunch of water. And then the water could outmaneuver, be a roiv, and knock out that bad yain nesach guy. Says Rabbi Yochanan, another Talmud of Rabbi Yochanan. Oh, you have to say that the boy poured his water into the barrel first. But if it didn't happen first, then the bad yain nesach wine that the guy poured into the barrel finds his friend in the barrel, and he becomes part of him, and now they become one team, and they destroy the water. They're much, much more than that cup of water. Now, you saw how he just said, tchila, that you have to first put in the water, then the bad wine. We're going to say that if it's in the Mishnah, same exact thing over, chazara, but you don't have to do it first. You don't have to put the water in first. You can put the water in second. Some say this whole entire thing on the Mishnah, that what yayin b'yayin says in the Mishnah, yayin b'yayin kol shu. A wine destroys other wine even if it's one drop. It's only because there's no water introduced before. And it doesn't say when. It could be even after. You pretend all the mutter wine is gone. And the little amount of yain nesach wine becomes batal, mayim, rovim alavim, vatnai. So the water comes and it does bittul. It becomes the rov. What's the difference if you say it on the Mishnah or on Ravit? If you say it in the Mishnah, it says even if the water comes afterwards, it has the power to be mevatel the yain nesach. And if you say it on Ravin, then you need the water first. Like the boy, he poured the water first, and only afterwards the guy poured in his yain nesach. Itmar, yain nesach shenafal bar. Wine that's usher fell into a pit. Mamish, the case that we spoke about. And a bunch of water fell in. Omar Chizkiah, Ayin Gimel Amud Beis. Omar Chizkiah, Higdilu be'isur asur. In other words, it depends what came in last. Last wins. Higdilu be'isur asur. Higdilu be'heter. If the water came in last, mutter. Rabbi Yochanan Mafidu Higdilu be'isur asur. Yochanan says no, it doesn't matter when it came in. Mutter. When it came in, it's mutter. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Just don't want to skip any. Oh, sponsors. Okay, where's the sponsors? That's why this thing was moving. Turning of the daf. Dar Global, Specialists in International Financial Services. Anonymous. By the way, that video that Fishel did was L'Zecher Nishmas Reb Ashkenazi, Mark's father. Anonymous, in gratitude to Rebelli and MDY for promoting Achdas Yisrael and Ahavas Yisrael. What? His name was in there. Tomorrow, when I showed the second half. What did he just say, Chizkiah? Whatever went in last is the one that wins. Bad stuff goes in last, it's bad. Good stuff goes in last, it's good. I have a very similar machlokes, and you're all familiar with this. We learned It's very simple, basically this, with a slight variation. But remember, we had a Rebbe Stefansky starter, and then the chulin and the truma, the two machmetzes, the two starters that came into the thing. So we have it again. It's not. So arsha chulin shel truma shenaflu techayisa. There's two starters. One was chulin, one was truma, and they fell into the dough. So here's the question: as an artist, you have to ask yourself, how in the world the two starters fall into dough? Nobody pushed it in. What happened? So here's the answer. Okay, now we know. They had a little fight, and they fell into the dough. Neither one of them has enough power to make it sour. But the two of them together, they made a team and they made dough. Here, similar halacha, no? It goes by the last one. Rabbi Eliezer says it goes achar and acharon. That's what Chizkiah says. Look, also it goes by the last one. Says Gemara, it doesn't really work with the sourdough. Why? It is bro. You really think so? It's only the whole thing happens if you get rid of the truma. You have again. What happened? Where's this? This live in Yerushalayim? Beautiful. Shkoyach, guys. Hello. Oh, it is live. It's gewaldig. Oh, by the way, where's my new Gemara? So over here. You can be Zoicha, Rabbi Isa, you can be Zoicha to be in this forever. People are going to have this Gemara in their thing for the Doris. So it says here, there's a whole page of the different locations. It actually says, you would know this, the CAF residence entrance from 17th Avenue, 1678, 57th Street, 9 p.m. daily in Borough Park. You know about this? It made it into this thing. Baltimore, no office. BHMD, Hachaim Vashalom. Oh, the Minion Factory. In Cedars, 125 Cedars, 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. And then, of course, all the Israeli ones. We could do it nicer, no? The map, the whole thing, like the Israeli. Okay. Shema. I saw your move. You try to. Okay.
You've already named it already?
I'm looking over here for your name. I'm looking over here. I'm looking for one of the sponsor pages. I see. I didn't even go through this. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, whatever. I'll go look through it. This is all the sponsors. You're in there. The whole page. Yeah. Oh, there's Gil. Gil's in here. You should be in here somewhere. No. Let's see. Oh, that's what it was. The other one, the Hebrew one. Yeah. Are you in here? A Dark Global? Noch nicht. Okay. Next one. That would be nice if we had the whole Gemara we called the bunkers. What is it called? Your liquor?
Thinkers.
Thinkers. The Thinkers Gemara. Like only MDY would allow something like that. Yeah. Zog the Gemara. Thinkers. No, it's not about it. It works for Gemara. You're a thinker. Yeah. Zog the Gemara. Okay, we said this. If you get rid of the truma, we're a bunch of Yisraels, not Yushab Sekon. We're a bunch of Yisraels that are not allowed to eat this truma. It's also for us. So if you get rid of the truma, then you could use this dough. It's okay, whatever. But our sugya, it doesn't say anything about removing the yain nesach wine from it. You can't even remove it if you wanted to. What does it mean? So there's no connection between the two sugyas. So then what's the pshat? So once again, the whole machlokes by us by wine is, do we say this concept of royan? What's royan again? You have two parts of the wine. One is kosher, one is asur. And you have water. So the question is, do I pretend that all this is gone, and therefore this kosher wine is more than the yain nesach, and it's mevatalit? That's the question. Do I say royan or no? I put it right back, and therefore there's a lot more wine than water, and the water cannot be mevatalit. L'chizkiya Lesley Ryan, Rabbi Yochanan is Ryan. That's a machlokes. Ask the Gemara. So you're telling me that Rabbi Yochanan holds Ryan? I pretend that this cup is gone. The question happened. Shnei koisos, echad shel chulin, echad shel truma. Here, beautiful thing that Yoshi did here. Let me just show you. Here we go. Check this out. There's not a whole lot of wine over here, right? Let's say it's 1/3 of a cup in each one. Together, 2/3. So what happened there? He put in a bunch of water. He did meziga, which is 2/3 and to a third. So together you have 4/6 and 2/6, right? Is that how you say it in English? 4/6?
Yeah.
Which is 2/3. Yeah, but I'm saying it's like, I'm counting it together. Okay, 2/3 and a third. There's 2/3 of water, 1/3 of this. No, but I want to go the other way. I want to say 2/6. So why? Oops. If you say Ryan over here, if you say Ryan, Rabbi said, let's think Ryan. There's a lot of water. And did you see what happened? We did it again. And then he took everything, the chulin and the trum and everything, and put it into one bowl. Now, as is, we don't have enough water to be mevatel the 2 parts of wine. Check out. It's 1/3 and 2/3. That 2/3 is not enough. But if I could get rid of what? What am I going to try to get rid of? What wine am I going to try to get rid of? The chulin wine. If I get rid of the chulin wine, says the Reichman, get rid of the chulin wine. So now I have only 1 part. How much is it? 1/6. 1/6 wine against 4/6 water. What? No. Why is it a fifth? It's a sixth. It's still the same sixth. Same sixth. You took away. Let's go back to here. Hold on. You see? How much? You took just the chulin. How much is the chulin right here in this picture? 1/6 of the total, of the final total. But the idea is, I think everybody understands the idea. If we get rid of the chulin wine, even though it's all mixed into that bowl eventually, pretend the chulin wine is gone. So all you have is truma wine and a lot of water. A lot of water can overcome the truma. They asked him the question. And Rabbi said, I don't know. So you see, Rabbi Yochanan doesn't hold of Ryan. He didn't answer. The second one was okay. In the beginning he didn't know. I'm holding smack in the middle of the Amud. Same thing, right? 1 chulin, 1 truma, cup. And he added a bunch of water to it. You pretend the chulin is gone. And the rest, there's a lot of water. Rabbi said, this is super, super easy. I'm not even kidding. It took us in the Hebrew shir 2.5 minutes to read it. It's just reading. It's repetitive and easy. We have machlokes. Rabbi Shmuel Damer Tavayu, Rabbi Shmuel will say, all these surim in the Torah, b'mino b'mashu. If you mix one min in the other min b'minon, it's a mashu. That we said up till now, everybody knows that. Shalei b'minon, b'nois and tam. Then why does the Mishnah say it? Again. Last week, call surim b'Torah. To add all these surim in the Torah. But the two of them argue and they say, super interesting, no? Rav and Shmuel always fight with each other, and Rabbi Yochanan and Shlokish always fight. Over here, Rav and Shmuel are one team, and Rabbi Yochanan and Shlokish are another team. The Amr Tarvayu. Kol Yisum Shabbat Torah, Bein B'minon, Bein Shalei B'minon, B'nois and Tam. No. Even Min B'minoi is B'nois and Tam. It's 1/60th. Chutz Tevel v'yayin esach. There's two things not. Tevel, it's fruit that you didn't take truma from, and yayin esach, the what? B'minon Mashu. Only those two things I agree to Rav and Shmuel. The what? If it's min b'minoi becomes even a mashu, that's it, ruins the whole thing. But if it's one thing and another, like wine and water, b'nois and tam, until it gives flavor, which is 1/60th. Zaklal. So why does it say zaklal in the Mishnah? Let's say tevel, to add tevel to it. Tanya say the Rav Shmuel. Tanya say the Rabbi Yochanan Shlokish. This is mamish, just words. I have a right to both. Tanya say the Rabbi Shmuel. It says literally the words that we just said. No like chidushim and the yukim. It says, Kol Yisum Shatayra b'mino b'mashu. Everything in the Torah is, if it's the same min, it's a mashu. Shalei b'mino b'nais tam. Tagav say the Rabbi Yechim Shlakish, and I have also something the same exact thing, just words. Kol Yisum Shatayra b'mino shalei b'mino b'nais tam. Mamish like Rabbi Yechim Shlakish, that all these surim is b'nais tam, even min b'minoi. Chutz besides tevel v'yayin nesach, two things. B'mino b'mashu shalei b'mino b'nais tam. And what's the pshat? Why is Yayin Nesach and Tevel different than all these in the Torah? Yayin Nesach, listen, it's Avodah Zarah, we can understand. A little drop goes into the giant vat, boom, gone. Elo Tevel my time. What's pshat if this truma and a little bit of truma goes into like a bunch of chulin? You can't be invatal like that. We all know, when it comes to truma, how much truma are you mechuyev to give midai raisa? A mashu, 1 grain of wheat for 1 billion. So memela, take that same idea and go to the isser. How much do you need to ruin 1 billion wheat? 1 tiny little grain of truma. Keteroi, enough to give to a kohen. 1 grain makes the whole factory mutter. Kachisura, 1 grain will make the whole factory also. Damashmuel, chidachas p'tayis sakri. 1 kernel makes the whole amount of wheat potter from truma. Rabbi say, have a good Voch, a wonderful day. Yishkoyach for coming.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.